Welcome back to another eFootball video. It's that time of the week again, Player of the Week review time. Let's dive straight into this week's pack and see if there are any players worth adding to your squad. Okay, so first up we have Sunderland's Thomas Watson. Congratulations to Sunderland on their promotion to the Premier League. They beat Sheffield United last Saturday. Thomas Watson with the injury time winner. The super sub delivering a lovely side foot finish from outside the box. Let's take a closer look at his card. Yep, there's his face. Sort that out, Konami. No real face. He can play left midfield, left wing forward. He's a whole player, can get forward a lot. Standout stats: acceleration 90, speed 89, so he's a bit of a speed merchant. His overall rating's 91. He's a 4-star card. He's got player skills, soul control, long range colour, long range shooting, one touch pass, gamesmanship, super sub, and fighting spirit. So he's got the skills reflecting his performance last weekend. Overall stats wise, it's pretty average. I'll give this card a 5 out of 10. So next up is 92 rated Jack Hinshelwood for Brighton. He doesn't have a face scan as well. The Brighton boy bagged a double against Tottenham last weekend. 2 brilliant instinctive finishes in the box. The second was a cute backheel finish. Let's take a close look at his card. Standout feature in this card is his versatility. Look at the positions he can play. He can play centre forward, defensive midfield, centre midfield, left back and right back. So pretty versatile. His natural position is a centre forward, as a deep line centre forward. Stats wise, it's pretty average. Nothing really stand out or anything to speak of. Skills wise, he's got soul control, long range shooting, heel trick of course. He scored the back heel. One of his goals was a back heel. He's got first time shot, one touch pass, through passing, weighted pass, outside curler, and fighting spirit. Overall, I'll give this card a 6 out of 10. So next up we have Lecce goalkeeper Falcone. Had a helping hand in his side's 1-0 victory against Lazio with some great saves. The result helped Lecce stay up in Serie A. Let's take a closer look at his card. As you can see, he has a face. Standout stats: goalkeeping awareness 88, reflexes 88, reached 89 with a decent goal manager boost. Those stats will hit the 90s. Skills wise, low punt, penalty saver. Apart from that, a pretty bog standard player of the week goalkeeping card. I'll give this card a 6 out of 10. Okay, so next up we have 93 rated Kieran Tierney of Arsenal. Scored in Arsenal's 2-1 win against Southampton. Let's take a look at his card. He's a build-up centre-back. I think he played centre-back last week against Southampton. He scored a goal as well. Standout stats: his acceleration and speed, aggression, defensive engagement, stamina. With a manager boost, they'll hit the early 90s. Player skills wise, he's got first time shot, through passing, pinpoint crossing, low lofted pass, long throw, man marking, interception, blocker, sliding tackle, and fighting spirit. So he's got all the good defensive skills needed to play at full back or centre back. For a centre back though, he's pretty short, 178 centimetres, and his defensive stats aren't the best. So overall, I'll give this a 5 out of 10. Okay, so up next we have 93 rated the McTominay, Napoli's and Serie A's MVP. Scored again, came up clutch as they say last Friday to help Napoli clinch the title. The goal was an acrobatic finish inside the box. Let's take a closer look at his card. Here's the first booster card in this pack with the booster stats on. Okay, so it's pretty good all round as a centre midfielder. Standout stats: Aggression 87, defensive engagement 88. Finishing could be a bit higher, it's only 78. Physical contacts is good, it's 87 as well. Balance is only 63, maybe it could have been a bit higher because he's quite an athletic player and he showed that he's quite mobile as well. Maybe a future McTominay card will be a lot better than this one. This one is pretty solid all round. Nothing spectacular or great. He might be good on the virtual field. Might be better than what his stats suggest. But overall, a decent card. Stats wise, let's look at his player skills. He's got soul control, long range curler, long range shooting. Of course, acrobatic finishing. First time shot, one touch pass, through passing, aerial superiority, super sub, and fighting spirit. He doesn't have any defensive skills in this card, so defense midfield, I would probably rule him out. If you're going to play him there, play more of a centre midfielder. Box to box is perfect for that role. It would have been good if he had interception or blocker if you're going to play in defense midfield. So yeah, box to box, play him in centre midfielder, and that is where you'll probably get the best of him. He can't play attacking midfielder. Well, he can, but his stats will drop, so that's disappointing. So overall, I'll give this card a solid 6.5 out of 10. Up next, we have Manchester United's midfielder Amad Diallo. At last, a Manchester United player in the Player of the Week pack. It's been a while. United beat a good fella side 2-0 last Sunday. Amad scored one and won a penalty. The goal was a neat close range header from a Bruno long pass. Let's take a closer look at his card. Okay, so we had one Amad Diallo card previously this season, I think back in November or October. I think that card was a little bit better. I think so, yeah. Especially in his passing and dribbling. His standout stats in this card is his acceleration and speed. So it's very fast. Great dribbler, 89. Great balance, 87. Good stamina, 87. He can play right midfield, right wing forward, and attacking midfield. So he's at least he's a little bit more versatile than the previous card. Player skills, he's got double touch, chop turn, soul control, head in. Of course, with that headed goal he scored. Long range curler, rising shot, first time shot, through passing, outside curler, and gamesmanship. So I think he's missing interception from last week, from early in the season, and he's missing Marseille turn. But it could be a good pick if you get him. I personally I want him, Amad Diallo, because they've been few and far between. Manchester United Player of the Week cards have been few and far between this season. So I would want him. But overall, if you're for your average eFootball player, I'll give this a 6 out of 10. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing spectacular or special about that card. So up next we have 94 rated Gundogan. The second booster card in this pack. The Man City beat Fulham 2-0 last Sunday. Gundogan scored one of the goals, an acrobatic finish from close range. Let's take a closer look at his card with the booster stats gone. Yeah, pretty impressive stats, especially in the dribbling and the passing. Low pass 90 is fantastic. He's a good set piece taker as well. Defensively, it's not great, but just like in real life, you're not going to have him in the team just to defend. Physical contact's only 70 as well, but his tight possessions is good enough to weave in and out of dangerous situations. He's got a player face scan, looks perfect. Player skills wise, double touch, cut behind turn, soul control, long range curler, acrobatic finishing of course, first time shot, one touch passing, through passing, outside curler and gamesmanship. So he's an attacking midfielder. He can play defensive midfield and centre midfield, and as a whole player he'll get forward a lot. His finishing is a bit disappointing, only 76, especially for an attacking midfielder, but he does have first time shot and acrobatic finishing, so that's okay. I give this card a 7 out of 10. Okay, so up next we have Juve's midfielder Manuel Locatelli. Juve beat Venezia 3-2. In doing so, secured Champions League qualification. Locatelli scored a penalty. Let's have a closer look at his card. He's an orchestrator. He can play defensive midfield and centre midfield. Stats wise, standout stats is his lofted pass, his circle pass. I don't know how useful will that be in the middle of the pitch, but nevertheless it's 87. Stamina is 87 as well, it's very good. All around a decent card. Physical contact's okay as well. He's tall, 185 centimeters. So all around a solid centre midfielder based on those stats. Player skills wise, he's got soul control, long range curler, through passing, penalty specialist of course. He's got interception, blocker, sliding tackle, captaincy and fighting spirit. So a bit of an all-round centre midfielder. I give this card a 6 out of 10. Next up is Milan's João Felix. There's his face scan. Scored in his team's 2-0 win against Monza. The goal, a lovely free kick. Let's take a closer look at his card. Standout stats: dribbling, tight possession, acceleration, set piece of course 85, curl 86. So it's a very good card, I think, on stats wise. On paper he's versatile, can play left midfield, left wing forward, striker, support striker and attacking midfield. So he's a versatile attacking player. I like the look of this card. Stats wise, player skills, double touch, fun skill, cut behind turn, soul control. Does he have flip flap? No, he doesn't have flip flap unfortunately, so he can't do the ball roll, but he still has double touch, long range curler, long range shooting, heel trick, one touch pass, through passing, outside curler and gamesmanship. So overall I'll give this card a 7 out of 10. Okay, so next up we have is 94 rated Chelsea defender Levi Colwill, the third booster card in this pack. Scored in Chelsea's 1-0 win at Forest, a tap-in at the far post. Let's take a closer look at his card. Yeah, this card looks like a very good defender. Stats wise, all those stats will hit the 90s defensively with a manager boost. His physical contact is 88. He's fast for a defender, 84. Jumping is decent. Heading is okay, 77. Yeah, this. If you're looking for a defender, if you do pick him up and you need a defender, Levi Colwill is the one. Player skills, heading, first time shot, of course, he scored. One touch pass, through passing, man marking. So he's got one touch pass and through passing for a defender. That is brilliant, coupled with the defensive skills like man marking, interception, blocker, aerial superiority, sliding tackle and fighting spirit. This is a top pick. If you do get him, I give this card a 8 out of 10. And last but not least, we have PSG's Bradley Barcola, bagged the brace and assisted one in PSG's French Cup final win last Saturday. Let's take a closer look at his card. Yeah, it looks like an exceptional card. Winger card if you want. If you want a winger with pace and more pace and a bit more pace and a bit of dribbling in there as well, Barcola is the card for you. He's got player skills, double touch, soul control, no flip flap though, unfortunately. Cut behind turn, long range curler, heel trick, first time shot, through passing, pinpoint crossing. Of course, he did put a cross in as well. He got 1 assist. Gamesmanship and fighting spirit. He can only play left wing forward, centre forward and right wing forward. His best position, I think, will be on the either wings. He doesn't have the strength to play as a centre forward or the finishing ability. He's only 80. He should be a bit higher, but it's only 80 here. So stick him down the wings if you need a winger. Need a bit of pace to bring on off the bench. He doesn't have super sub, but he could be very useful. I'll give this card a 7 out of 10. So there you have it. Hope you enjoyed those quick player breakdowns. Let me know what you think of Konami's pack this week. Let's run through them again. You have Dr. Watson, Jack the Lad, Fly Like a Falcon, Kieran You Believe It, McSauce, I'm Mad About the Boy, Goldagan, Golatelli, Pick of the Mix, Phoenix, Levi Jeans, and Bar Coca-Cola. So which one? Oh, I definitely want Ahmad, being a Man United fan. I only gave this card a 6 out of 10, but I just want it because of the club he plays for, and it's a decent pickup if you do get him. It could be fun to use. On paper, not the best. Speedy, of course, but I'll be happy with Ahmad. Levi Colwell, of course. I think he's the best card in the pack. McTominay, I wouldn't mind having him to give him a go, and João Felix. So Colwell, Phoenix, Diallo, and McTominay. I wouldn't be disappointed with Diallo as my number 1 pick, my number 1 target. Hopefully I get him with this free spin. Let's have a look. Of course, I'll get the goalkeeper. I'm not very happy with that, Konami. I wanted Amad Diallo. One of the 4 players. I got neither. I get the goalkeeper. Anyway, let me know if you spun. Let me know who you got if you did spin. Until next time. Also, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, etc. It will really help the channel. It will really help my channel to grow. Anyway, until next time, I'm out. Peace. Bye.